Unearthing the Shang Dynasty, History's Bronze Age rock stars. Hey there, history buffs and future archaeologists. Ever wondered who the OG trendsetters of ancient China were? Buckle up, because we're diving headfirst into the Shang Dynasty, a time of bronze chariots and rulers who were either brilliant innovators or, well, let's just say management challenged. Get ready for a wild ride through the mists of time. So, picture this. It's around 1600 BC, and the Xia dynasty is in charge, but their leader, a dude named Ji, is basically the ancient Chinese version of a reality TV villain. Enter Tang, a tribal chief with a serious bone to pick. Legend has it that Tang, after defeating the Xia dynasty in the Battle of Mingqiao, established the Shang Dynasty. This battle, by the way, supposedly happened during a massive thunderstorm. Talk about dramatic. Tang wasn't just a conqueror though. He was also a bit of a softie, relatively speaking. He lowered the number of drafted soldiers and started social programs for the poor. Okay, maybe not a total softie, but definitely an upgrade from the previous regime. Now let's talk about what made the Shang Dynasty so darn cool. These guys were like the Silicon Valley of their time, constantly innovating and pushing the boundaries of what was possible. They were pioneers in math, astronomy, and of course, the art of looking fabulous in bronze. Archaeologists have unearthed tortoise shells with inscriptions that suggest the Shang people used calendars and had a pretty good grasp of astronomy and math. Imagine trying to do complex calculations on a turtle shell. Talk about dedication. The Shang calendar started out lunar-based, but then along came a genius named Wan Nian. This guy was like the ancient Chinese version of Neil deGrasse Tyson. Through careful observation, he figured out a solar-based calendar with a 365-day year and even pinpointed the solstices. Bow down to Wan Nian, the original Time Lord. But wait, there's more. The Shang Dynasty was also a golden age for artisans. They created stunning bronze works, ceramics, and jade trinkets that would make any modern-day jeweler jealous. And get this, they used a technique called piece mold casting, which was way more complex than the lost wax method used by their contemporaries. Basically, they'd make a model of what they wanted to create, cover it in clay, cut the clay into sections, refire it, and then put it all back together. It's like the ancient Chinese version of a 3D printer, but with more fire and fewer error messages. Around 1200 BC, the Shang armies were rolling around in horse-drawn chariots. Before that, they were rocking bronze-tipped spears, halberds, those pointy axes, and bows. Imagine facing down an army of chariot-riding warriors armed with bronze weapons. Talk about a bad day at the office. And let's not forget about language. The language of the Shang Dynasty is an early form of modern Chinese. The first Chinese characters appeared during this time, inscribed on cattle bones and tortoise shells. They even had two different numerological systems, one based on numbers from 1 to 10 and the other from 1 to 12. These guys were seriously ahead of the curve. Okay, so the Shang Dynasty was pretty awesome, but like all good things, it eventually came to an end around 1046 BC. The last king of the Shang Dynasty, King Daixin, was, to put it mildly, not a very nice guy. He was considered a cruel leader who enjoyed torturing people, not exactly a recipe for popularity. The Zhao army, led by King Wu, saw their chance and marched on the capital city. Daixin tried to defend his throne by arming nearly 200,000 slaves, but they weren't exactly loyal to him. In fact, they defected to the Zhao forces. The Battle of Mui was a disaster for the Shang Dynasty. Many Shang soldiers refused to fight, and some even joined the other side. Daixin, realizing he was doomed, did the only thing a self-respecting tyrant could do. He set fire to his palace and committed suicide. Talk about a dramatic exit. With Daixin gone, the Zhao dynasty took over and ruled for the next 800 years, but the Shang dynasty had left a lasting impact on Chinese history. They were the pioneers of bronze technology, the inventors of Chinese writing, and the creators of a rich and vibrant culture that would influence generations to come. So, why should you, as budding historians, care about the Shang dynasty? Well, for starters, they were the first Chinese dynasty to leave behind written records. That means we can actually learn about their history from their own perspective, rather than relying on later accounts. They also laid the foundation for many of the cultural and technological achievements that would define Chinese civilization for centuries to come. From their bronze casting techniques to their calendar system, the Shang dynasty was a true innovator. And let's not forget the drama. The story of the Shang dynasty is full of epic battles, tyrannical rulers, and daring rebellions. It's like a real-life Game of Thrones, but with more bronze and fewer dragons. The Shang dynasty may be long gone, but their legacy lives on. They were the Bronze Age rock stars of ancient China, and their story is one that deserves to be told. So the next time you're studying ancient history, take a moment to appreciate the Shang Dynasty and all that they accomplished. Now, here's your mission, should you choose to accept it. Dive deeper. Research one specific aspect of the Shang Dynasty that you found particularly interesting. Maybe it's their bronze casting techniques, their calendar system, or their writing system. Share your knowledge, create a presentation, write a blog post, or even make a TikTok video about what you learned. Share your newfound knowledge with the world. Debate time. Discuss with your classmates whether King Daixin was truly a terrible ruler or just misunderstood. Visit a museum. If you have the chance, visit a museum that has artifacts from the Shang Dynasty. Seeing these objects in person can really bring history to life. Let's keep the spirit of discovery alive and continue to unearth the secrets of the past. Who knows what other amazing stories are waiting to be told?